Hi students, I hope that all are doing well. This is a continuation part of our 14th video. So in this video, I want to continue what I covered in 14th video lecture. In our 14th video lecture, I talked about instruction execution in terms of micro instruction. This is your second topic that is given in your third unit according to SPT syllabus. So in my last video lecture, that is in 14th video lecture, I covered about micro instructions. So how micro instructions are works in computer organization and architecture. So what are micro instructions? What are the functions of the micro instructions? And how it will works in a computer. These all things we discussed in our previous video lecture. Again, I want to going to elaborate a little bit more about micro instructions as well as instruction executions with the example. This is the contents of our lecture. So already I covered all these slides in my previous video lecture. I have given you a definition of micro instructions and also where we are using micro instructions and what are micro instruction sequence. Again, for more clarification, I would like to explain sequence of micro instructions. What is a sequence? Sequence is nothing but a step-by-step process. Anyone do a thing or task to accomplishing of that one, we are following a step-by-step process. That process is called a sequence. Here also in a computer, many tasks should done by the processor. That processor will follow the some steps that is in a ascending order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So when the processor is following the ascending order to execute its task with the following of the instructions that are given in a sequence order, it is called sequence of micro instructions. For example, here some instructions are given for more clarification. On the screen you can observe 4 different operations. The first one is the add, second one is branch, third one is store, and fourth one is exchange. These are 4 different kinds of operations. These all are performed by with the help of the micro instructions. In the first one, 000, it indicates the adding of 2 registers. Then immediately after adding of this register, it goes to branch to do something. After that, again it goes to store the data accumulated to a memory, and finally it exchange data accumulated to memory and memory to accumulator. So these all operations performed in a sequence order step by step. The first operation is here addition, the second one is the branch, and third one is the store, and fourth one is the exchange. So when this following one by one, this a pattern we called as a sequence of micro instructions. As I said that micro instructions helps in a computer to do the operations on data in between component to another component. I want to explain about types of micro instructions. We have 2 different kinds of micro instructions. The first kind we called micro instruction, vertical microprogramming instructions. You can observe here, just I want to round up that one, vertical microprogramming instructions. The second kind is horizontal microprogramming instructions. These are the two kinds of instructions that you are following in computer organization and architecture. So what are vertical microprogramming? The second one is the horizontal microprogramming instructions. So vertical microprogramming, each micro instruction specifies a single or a few micro operations to be performed. But horizontal microprogramming, each micro instruction specifies many different micro operations to be performed in parallel. So here, vertical talks about only few or one. It may be vertical or it may be horizontal. It will do the some operations compared to the vertical to the horizontal. Vertical is restricted with the one or few operations, but horizontal will perform the many operations parallelly. So what is the vertical, horizontal? Both are the micro instructions types. So vertical, it will do the only few or one operation. Horizontal will do the many parallel operations. So these are the kinds of micro instructions. I hope that you understand this. Micro instructions are two types. One is vertical micro instruction, second one is horizontal micro instruction. So this is about vertical micro programming, how the vertical operations are doing here. So this is the diagram. Already I said that this is a 20-bit register, 20-bit register, 7 bits totally LCAT for address register, address, and this one is a conditional branch, and F3, F2, F1, 3 are the 3 different opcode fields. It gives the operations what to perform. So the condition stores the next instructions. So this is the diagram represent this register represent a vertical microprogramming instruction. Here it will perform only one or few operations. Again same, this is indicating a horizontal microprogramming instructions. It will perform the many operations simultaneously. So this is about the types of micro operation. One is horizontal, second one is vertical. So how microprogramming? So instructions will execute. Till now I have covered about micro instructions, a definition of micro instruction, and where we are using micro instructions, where micro instructions are stored and control in it. How these micro instructions are helping to do the micro operations, how the micro operations stored. All these things just we have seen. Now I am going to talk about in microprogramming how instructions are executing. So microprogramming, one part is talk about sequence of instructions and then their execution. So instructions are there in sequence order and we are executing those instructions. So let's talk about microprogramming. Microprogramming is nothing but a micro instructions. So already know that what is the definition of a program? Program is nothing but a set of instructions. So why we call program is a set of instructions? Because we want to do something. For example, so I want to say to my soldier to fire. Just imagine I am a major. I want to instruct or I want to give a command to the one soldier to fire on something. Then immediately when I give him the command, Command is nothing but an instruction to my soldier. Immediately he will start to fire without hesitating. So the firing is the action or operation. So what the word that comes out of my mouth, that is an instruction. The words become instructions, the actions become operations. So in our day-to-day life, we can applicable here. So a sit, run, going, sleeping, these are all our actions. So even a small kids also, then they want to play in night time, that the parents used to say, hey, sleep, go to bed. So the sleeping is the action, but the parents are instructing to the children, go and sleep, go to bed, go to bed. So sleeping is the action, but instruction given, go to bed. So based on the instruction, the action going to be taken place. The same way, instructions helps in a computer to do the operations. So how instructions will execute? So first of all, we will see the how instructions are executing. Address from the PC. So in a programming, especially in a computer organization architecture, many registers are there. So program count register is there, data register is there, address register is there, accumulator is there. Okay, these are the different kinds of registers, helps to store a small amount of data to do the operations, at the same time to transfer the data one component to other component. So we are performing operations on the data. So when we want to perform operations on data, we have to store the data temporarily as well as permanently. So when you want to store the data temporarily for doing of some work, after completion of that, you will send the data to the permanent memory, that is the secondary memory. In between, we have to store the data using of the registers. So what you are able to see here, the PC, there is a program counter, is one kind of register, and then AC accumulator, one kind of register, and DR data register, one kind of register, AR address register, one kind of register. These are the different kinds of registers that we are using in computer organization architecture. They all are helping us to execute the instructions in a proper way to do the process in a smooth manner. Now I will show you, first of all, who will control all these things, the control unit. So as I said, that control unit helps the processor to do the work, when to do, how to do the work. So these are the, especially control unit sends the signals to operate all these things, So where data, for example, here R1 is the one register. Just imagine, this is the one register. R2, this is another register, and here is the processor. Inside of this processor, some action is going to be taken. And now data is here. Okay, now what is going? This data going to here to here. So when the data going moving R1 to R2, this process is called data transfer. Why have to transfer data? Because data is somewhere. We have to bring the data first, and through the registers. A register helps us to store the data temporarily, and with the help of the register we will store the data temporarily and send the data to the processor to do the work. So the procedure is going inside of the computer organization architecture. So here instruction registers are there, and the cycles are there. So these are all things we have to follow to do the execution of micro instructions. So I will show you how instructions are executing. Then we'll come to add execution, and then the store instruction execution. Look at here how instructions are executing. Look at here. This is diagram. Actually, it's a microprogramming. Some operations are there here. I already said that. As I said, micro operations performed based on the micro instructions. Here 4 kinds of operations are there. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 kind of operations exclusively and performed by the micro instructions. Based on the first instruction executed, okay, when the first instruction executed here, what happened? Then data suggesting to the here memory, in the memory some address is there, accumulator is there. Now the instruction suggesting here to add a data what is there in effective address and what is there in accumulator. AC means accumulator. So now here some data is there, here some data is there. So for example, in a effective address in a memory 5 is there, in accumulator 4 is there. Now what is the operation here? Is operation 4, and again this result will store into accumulator. So these operations performed by how? By execution of the instructions. Instructions are executing. The first instruction take the data from the memory, instruction 1, and second instruction and take the data from accumulator, and third instruction add both the data, and fourth instruction send the data into the accumulator. So totally 4 instructions are there, and these 4 instructions executing in a sequence order. First instruction, second instruction, third instruction, fourth instructions. So this I'm talking about only addition. So to perform the addition operations, we are following the 4 instructions in a sequence order. The process of executing instruction is nothing but a microprogramming instruction execution. The process of executing instructions is called a microprogramming instruction execution. So look at here, program execution. So instruction cycle is there. What is instruction cycle? Instruction cycle is nothing but a club of instructions combined together. So instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3, instruction 4. Okay, like this. So these are the instructions. Okay, it's like a cycle. It's like a instruction 1 will execute, then instruction 2 will execute, then instruction 3 will execute, then instruction 4 will execute. It's like a cycling process. So this is the 1, and this is the second, this is the third. So instructions club together, execution. When they execute, they will do the operations. They will help to perform the operations. So it's a program execution, instruction cycle 1, cycle 2, and cycle. When it's going on, first we will fetch the data. It may be indirect or direct, but will fetch the data from some specific address, then execute the data and interrupt. So this is the actual process of executing instructions. Okay, first what? Fetch the data. Fetch the means to take the data. From where? It may be any direct or indirect address. Direct or indirect address means what? We will see what is direct address, what is the indirect address. You will see. And fetching data. Fetching means nothing but taking data. Indirect address, take the data from, it may be input devices, it may be registered from memory, from primary memory, from secondary memory, from register. So to take the data from particular address, then what is the execution? Then execution. Then in any interrupt the interrupt is there, finally it's interrupt. So first fetch the data from a particular address, then execute it. So these are the steps while instructions follow when executing time. The diagram of the instruction execution. So we will go once again. I will explain this diagram again. So already know that instruction register. Just this is the instruction register. Imagine this is a 20-bit instruction register. Imagine. Okay, this 20-bit register. So first one is the mode, and second one is the opcode, and third one is the operand, and last one is the address registers. 7 bits. This is 7 bits, and okay, and again this is divided into mode, opcode, and operand. So opcode tells about what kind of operation should be performed. Operand are the data availability. Address will give the address to fetch the data, and mode will explain about the it is direct or indirect address. Mode will explain about the direct or indirect address. We will see about this in our forthcoming lecture. Just how instructions are executing, just look at here. So instructions first, so this is the ALU, arithmetic logic unit, and clock the number of cycles will be there within the time period, and this is the control memory nothing but the storage of the micro instructions and micro operations here. Okay, then micro operations and micro instructions, and data will flow, control buffer, and control logic kind of operations will perform logical operations. Okay, internal and internal operations, and as well internal and externally. So internal data and external data. Okay, some operations will be performed. So while executing micro instructions. So these are the, it is a block diagram of instruction execution. So I hope that you understand it. Just look at the diagram. This is the instruction execution diagram. Okay, instruction register here. Sequence logic, sequencing. All of you know about sequence. Sequence logic help you to send the instructions in a sequence order, and control address register, and control memory, and then control buffer register, control logic, and internal external signals. Okay, I hope you understand this one. In our forthcoming lecture, I'm going to talk about another topic. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.